Okay, good afternoon, Naruto's class. It's good to see all of you in character today. So for today, I'm not gonna call you your real name, but I'm going to call you by your characters according to the character that you have chosen for today. And your pictures really look beautiful today. All right. So our topic for today is about bullying. We have talked about it the other day. I've asked you to watch the video, a panel discussion on bullying. And today I want you to hear the ideas that you have about bullying. Okay, so let's start. I hope that you can share your ideas for today. All right. Okay, so what is bullying? I'm sure you already know. This is a common word, and not just a common word. You have witnessed this yourself. You have experienced this yourself. When we were in a face-to-face class before. But even if we are just in distance learning, bullying can still happen. So it is important that we have to be educated about it so that we can be aware whether we are being bullied or we are worse, the one who is bullying. I hope that you are not. Okay, anybody who can tell me, who can define what is bullying?
Hinata po, ma'am.
Yes, Sarada or Sakura?
Sakura, ma'am.
Okay, Sakura.
Bullying is an intentional behavior which is typically repeated that hurts, harms, or humiliates a student, either physically or mentally, and can happen while at school, in the community, or online. Those bullying often have more social or physical power, while those targeted have difficulty stopping the behavior.
Okay, thank you, Sakura. There is a well-defined meaning of bullying. It happens. It is very rampant nowadays. Not just it's been a long problem in at the school because there are kids that who exhibit such behavior, unfavorable behavior, in fact, and it is not something that we should emulate. Yes, who is raising his hand? Let me see. There's 8890. I want you to please change your profile picture. Can you please put up a Naruto character? And who else would like? Yes, Sarada, earlier you wanted to share your views about what is bullying.
De Guzman po.
Yes, who is the Guzman? I said you have to be in character. Do not say your name. I think it's Sarada.
Hinata po, ma'am.
Yes, Hinata. Yes.
School bullying, like bullying outside the school context, refers to one or more perpetration who have greater physical or social power than their victim and act aggressively toward their victim by verbal or physical means.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Hinata. Yes, Hinata mentioned that in in bullying there is a imbalance of power. Someone is greater, stronger. So that is the definition of bullying. Bullying is the use of hurtful or teasing, threat, or abuse. It is aggressive, dominant, and it is meant to intimidate. And there's a use of force. And the prerequisite of bullying is there is imbalance of power. Someone is greater, stronger, and the other one is weaker. So to make an example, we have this. Who is the strongest character in Naruto here? The strongest character would be Kaguya, right? So Kaguya would be bullying. Who should I say? a weaker Naruto character would be Mitsuki. So that would qualify as bullying because they are not in balance in power. Kaguya is very powerful, and compared to Mitsuki, the Mitsuki is not, he is still young and does not have a power, which is compared to Kaguya, he would totally be bullied. So that is the definition of being a bully. Aryan says here in the chat box, bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. Yes, that was I mentioned earlier. Okay, now moving on. There are different types of bullying or abuse. We have here, can identify what are these types of bullying or abuse. Hinata is
Sakura po. Sakura.
okay, Sakura, and then after Sakura, we'll have Hinata. Yes, Sakura, it's your turn.
Okay po. Types of bullying: physical bullying, mentally bullying, social bullying, and cyberbullying.
All right. So in our situation now, we can say that bullying is not done physically among students, but it is more on what? Since we are not seeing each other face to face, or we're not in physical, uh, we do not see each other physically. So what would be the rampant bullying, a type of bullying that happens in distance learning?
Hinata po.
Yes, Hinata.
Social bullying po.
Social bullying. What do you mean by social bullying? Or you mean to say social media? Social media?
Yes po.
Okay. Or the most common term would be cyberbullying, which is hurtful, and it is also, it can put a person in a uh, embarrassing situation, because if somebody would decide to post a picture of you that is not does not look favorable to you, or nasty pictures about you, or say something about you to defame you, then that can destroy your character. So there, this one, the first picture, um, do you experience such, yes, Miguel, cyberbullying? Do you experience such incident? The first picture, could you describe the first picture? Let's call Pain. Pain, unmute your mic and tell me something about picture number 1.
Mama, ano pong gagawin?
It's about emotional
Okay.
bullying.
Yes, that's emotional bullying. Or the other word is verbal bullying or verbal abuse. When you say something bad about the person, that is considered bullying. But you see, our definition earlier, it can only be called bullying if the other person is stronger. Look at the picture. Probably, in what form they are stronger than the boy being bullied? Because earlier we said that the definition of bullying is there is an imbalance of power. Yes, Miguel answered. I'm sorry. What is your character, Miguel? Could you please rename your I cannot see the person's picture on the screen, and I accidentally mentioned your name. Okay, Naruto, yeah, yes, Naruto says that it is considered bullying, even if in the picture the boy being bullied looks stronger because he's bigger, but in terms of number, he is being outnumbered. Those bullies, they are many, of course, versus one, so that is considered bullying. Okay, now let's see the video that I asked you to watch. This one, a about bullying. Also, they were giving their views, and maybe I could share um, the video. I'm going to play it for a bit, maybe, and see, but I'm not going to play the whole thing because you have watched it already. Let's just have the snippet of it, and then have your views later. I'll be asking you about your opinion. Imagine yourself as one of the audience that you are going to ask to the panelist, or you may also give your views as an audience.
From past experience with parents, teachers, and school administration, teens have little confidence that bullying situations are handled effectively if handled at all. We understand that learning how to respectfully deal with others is a major part of growing up. But if we don't get bullying under control, what is the future going to be like? So, how are adults part of the problem?
Well, I think mostly with adults, it's either one of two extremes. It's either they don't want to do anything about it because it's trying to make you stronger, or they're trying to take the whole situation into their hands and fix every problem with it. And when adults get into a lot of situations about bullying with kids, they usually end up making it worse for the victim.
A lot of adults are oblivious to the fact that bullying is even occurring. They just think it's the way of life. And I really honestly think that it's a very big problem, and if they don't get on it soon enough, we as adolescents would not be able to continue this way.
If adults or parents are part of the problem and they aren't willing to change, how hard is it for school officials to deal with the issue?
Well, I think you need the parents to back up the school officials. So if the school officials aren't there, then it's nearly impossible to stop bullying on their own. I mean, this is a two-front war, and you can't just do it in the school environment.
I just want to say I think it's a lot up to the victim, because I mean he's got to really stand up for himself. It's kind of like what Zach said, low self-esteem, and I really think the parents should help their kid by giving them encouragement. But I really think it's a lot up to the victim himself to make sure that, I mean, he shouldn't let this kid basically ruin his life. It should, he should stand up for himself, because I mean that's what a lot of people say, stand up for yourself.
Is standing up for yourself also letting an adult know what's going on? Is that part of standing up for yourself?
If you respect yourself enough to realize that there is a problem, then you can take the action necessary to get it solved.
I think it does matter how you resolve your problem, but can you really teach yourself to stand up for yourself? You have to have some type of guidance.
So what effective methods do you think adults can use to help kids deal with bullying and stand up for themselves?
What I was thinking is that it goes back to the school administrators thing, well, the whole school board type thing. All the extracurricular activities that I thought that schools used to have, like all the clubs, dramas, and all those types of things, I think those always help kids' confidence. And when you have kids that have confidence in themselves, it's easier to make friends that do those same things like those clubs. And the more people that are friends with each other, the less chance you have of being bullied. So maybe it's not just parents' fault at the time. Maybe some of the
Okay, so I'm not going to play the whole video.
maybe some of
You have already
schools
watched it. So I want you to give your ideas directly, because you have watched the video. I'm just giving you the snippet of it, so you can share your ideas. Okay, so let's go back to our discussion. Each of the panelists has given their views about bullying. Now this time, let's do this activity. Imagine yourself among the audience. So choose two panelists whom you would like to ask question, and then express your question. Our module 6, I'm sorry, module 8 is the learning competency that is expected of you to learn is to be able to raise sensible questions. So asking questions is also part of learning. For you to formulate questions, that means that you have a deep thought about the topic. So it is asking question is a skill. So who would like to give the answer? I'm gonna call Ino. Ino, can you please give me at least two panelists that you would like to ask questions? Ino? Unmute your mic, Ino, and then share your answer, please. Yes, please. Louder, Ino.
Sai.
Okay, Ino is not sharing her idea. Let's try Sai. Okay, please say on the mic and then ask your question. Ino.
Ma'am, Sai. Sai.
Yes, Sai, please go.
Name of panelists. Colin Duffy Felix. My question is, what first comes to your mind when you hear the word bully?
All right, that's a good question. How about panelist number 2? What would be your question and who would you want to ask?
Panelist number 2. Media Mokhtari. My question is, how to stop bullying?
Mhm. All right, Sai has given 2 questions, and let's pretend that you are one of the finalists. Would you like to answer? Let's see who I'm gonna call here. Kaguya. Can you please answer Sai's question? He asked how to stop bullying. Kaguya, can you please unmute your mic and then share your answer, please? I would like to hear your views, please. No answer? Anybody? How about Mitsuki?
Mitsuki po, ma'am.
Yes.
Be more confident and be stronger.
Yes. To stop bullying, you have to be more confident, but that is just too general answer. Mitsuki, you have to be stronger. In what way you can be stronger? But what would be the best remedy to stop bullying?
Hinata po.
Yes, Hinata, please.
Tell someone so the bully will stop. It's important to report bullying right away so that someone in authority can put a stop to it.
Yes, exactly. You have to report to the person who is in authority. Um, although it is also a good suggestion that you need to be stronger, but there are times that you are weak, especially when you're hurting, you are being bullied. You feel insecure, you feel very weak, and the tendency is you could not fight back. But the best remedy would be to tell your uh, the person who is in authority. And who would that be? Who would be the right person to tell about the incident? Can we have Minato?
Hinata po,
Yes, Hinata later. I want Minato. Unmute your mic, Minato.
What as question po?
Who would be the right person to tell about bullying? Or to, for example, you are being bullied. Who should you go to ask for help?
Sarada po.
Let's hear Minato first. Minato, who would be the right person to tell about the incident of bullying if you want to ask for help? Try sharing your views, Minato. I know you have your answer. If you're being bullied, who should be the person that you can go to ask for help? Yes? All right, I'll ask you later. Let's go to Hinata. Hinata, who would be the right person to or the right people to ask for help?
find the teacher, parent, school counselor, or someone else who can help you immediately tell them what the bully has been saying or doing to you.
Exactly. Yes. The right person that you should go to first if it happens in the school or it involves the people from the school like students or teachers, whoever that person who is part of the school community, you go directly to the first is your advisor, of course, and anyone whom you can trust, and the counselor. And then of course you tell your parents. You don't have to be silent about if there are incidents happening around you like this. Be honest to your parents. Okay, now let's go to I'm going to call all of you because this one I'm sure you have your own view about bullying. So for number two, if you were a member of the panelists, so imagine you are part of the panelists sitting, giving your views, what would be your opinion about bullying? And do you have suggestions how to stop bullying? And what would it be? Let's start with Ino. Unmute your mic, Ino, and then I believe that your mic is not working. I can see the icon on your in Zoom. You have mic. It's muted.
Ano ba uling gagawin? Ano ba uling gagawin ko? Oh my God.
Who is talking?
Ma'am,
Yes, give me your view about
can
bullying.
you hear me?
What can you suggest to stop it?
Um,
I'm waiting for you, Ino. So are we waiting for Ino or what? Who would like to give the answer?
Hinata po, ma'am.
Yes, Hinata, please. Hinata, and then we'll hear from Sarah.
Mitsuki po, ma'am.
Okay, Sarada first. Did I say Hinata or Sarada? Okay, go Sarada.
We know that bullying can lead to depression, stress, and anxiety, and it can also lead to suicide. My suggestions to stop the suicide of minors should also help parents because sometimes the reason why children are depressed,
Okay.
parents like to compare their child's happiness. There are parents who don't say good things to their children when they make mistakes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for giving your idea. Next, we have Mitsuki.
For me, in my own thoughts, bullying should stop because bullying can impact a student on physical, mental, and emotional levels.
Right. When you are being bullied, it can really affect you mentally. And of course, you would be depressed if you are constantly being bullied. That is why you have to be open about it. And then we'll have, who else wants to say something? Payne, do you have any answer that you would like to share about bullying?
Yes, ma'am.
Ina
For
to?
me, as a scheduled student and regular teen, bullying make me strong and open-minded woman. I take it as a challenge for me, control my patience and open-mindedness. Bullied person people usually needs counseling, need counseling.
Okay. So uh, according to Payne, that it can be a challenge to hold yourself not to retaliate against those bullies, but you have to be patient. And he also said that it needs counseling. Yes, it is really true. That's why we have our guidance counselor whom you can go to and ask. All right, another who would like to share something about bullying and any suggestion? Can we have,
Hinata po.
yes, Hinata?
It's for me. If a child has lack of parent guidance, then the child will do a negative things, such as a bullying. But if the child has been raised properly with love of their parent, they won't do anything to harm the people around them.
Yes, exactly. You know, if you are in a family where you grow up in love and you are being protected, you experience love in the family, you, of course, you tend not to bully others because you know how it feels like to be loved. That is why when you are being bullied, it is not about you, but it is about the person's behavior, character. All right. I see somebody raising his hand earlier. I think it was Naruto.
Bullying in preventable in school. First, we need a clear definition of bullying and set clear and enforceable rules. Schools should have CCTV cameras along corridors and a guard at the entrance. Bystanders who also witness the bullying can intervene.
That is a good suggestion, Naruto. According to Naruto, that schools must have CCTVs. Yes, that would be a good way of checking and protecting other students that especially there are students who would like really to hurt somebody, and CCTV would prevent them from doing such thing because they are being watched. or their behavior can be seen by others. How about Naruto, the sexy jutsu? Do you have any suggestion, or can you say something about bullying? Naruto, the female version.
I think of bullying as cruel, and my suggestion to stop it is for letting someone know about it, like teachers or parents, or letting the bully know what it's doing.
Yes, I agree with you. Teachers and parents would have an important role in protecting you if you are being bullied. Who else would like to say something? How about Sakura? Do you have any additional input about bullying and any suggestions?
They've already said it now.
All right. Now, for example, I want to ask you, Sakura. For example, you are being bullied. How would you respond? For example, let's say you are being bullied on social media. How would you respond it?
You should block them or like unfollow them.
Block them? Yes, that would be the best, of course. To stop you from getting hurt, because you would see the hurtful words that they are posting against you. The best thing would to do is to block them, of course, and limit your exposure on social media. Anyone else who would like to give the idea? I think we're done on number 2. Let's move on to number 3. Among the panelists, who do you disagree or agree with? Why? And state your views logically. Let's see who's raising her hand. Yes, Sarada. Sarada and then Sakura next.
I agree with Nadia Makatari that parents think that bullying is just part of life, but they're wrong because they don't know how hard is it to be bullied.
Yes. We cannot just say that it is part of life. Yes, it is a part of life, but it can be prevented. You don't have to just accept it just as a part of life. Although it cannot be avoided that you get bullied sometimes. That's why you have to stay strong and then seek help. Yes, next is we have Sakura.
Okay. So Jigsaw already answered my answer, but I have another. Okay. So many students think that like if they report the bullying to their teachers, so it's not really helpful because the teachers, they're some of them are biased. Like I also agreed to Nadia Mokhtar that some of the teachers are biased to have their respect, like be biased to the student who is more popular or more powerful. So
Yes, I agree that there are times that some teachers would favor other students. Yes, Naruto, you would like to share your idea. Number 3.
I disagree with Jeffrey Davis that some students bully out of boredom for them. I think they bully because they feel insecure about themselves and they want to feel more superior by undermining another student.
Exactly. If you bully somebody, meaning to say you are really insecure. Because if you are insecure and you are you know who you are as a person, you do not get intimidated by others. If you get intimidated and you feel like you have to hurt somebody, that means to say that you have a problem with yourself. Some more? How about Mitsuki? Mitsuki, do you have any idea or any?
I totally disagree with Jeffrey Davis because there are many things you can do when bored attacks you not to bully or make fun to someone.
Yes, there are a lot of things to do. If you are bored, I don't think bullying would be something that would make you happy. There are a lot of things that you can do positively without hurting others. Yes, that is a good that's a good observation. How about Sai? Sai, would you like to say something, or are we done? So to close our discussion, let me just open my video. Okay, to close our discussion about bullying, like I said, that when you bully somebody, the problem is you, not the others. Denmark, can you please close your video? So the problem is not you being bullied, but the problem is the one who bullies. They have low self-esteem, and they they are not they do not feel secure. And reminders, if you ever experience bullying, always tell your teachers and your parents. Do not keep it to yourself. Okay? And also, retaliating to bullies is not a good solution. You don't have to fight back against bullies. Okay? So thank you. And I'm so happy with our class today, you being in costume, although it's just a picture, but I'm happy to see all of you in I'm happy to see your pictures, but you have to close your video, please, because I'm going to post this on YouTube. I don't want you to be seen on video. Can you please close your video? Close your video. All right. So thank you. I'm happy with the discussion that we have today. You have excellent views and you seem like mature, giving your ideas about bullying and your solution about bullying. So thank you. Magsay, Naruto class, I was about to say your real section. Okay, God bless and bye. See you next week.
Bye po man. God bless.